So why regenerative coffee? Because at its roots, coffee, as any other crop, indeed has deforestation. And as we know, we first deforest, chop the forest down, then plant our crops. And later, couple of years down the line, we find out that we have no more fertility because we have exhausted our soils. And we just leave and go to another fertile place. What does that mean? It means that it triggers the same process of deforestation again. So why regenerative coffee, cacao, or whatever? And here particularly coffee, because we will enable a clear stoppage of deforestation, because in our system that will be managed as a forest, we will not lose any soil fertility at all. Then one of the other benefits that we will have is by having this kind of regenerative, agronomically managed, dynamic agroforestry principle coffee growing, we will rebuild what is called ecosystem services. And one of them is enabling the soil to be a bigger water sponge by increasing the amount of organic matter that we will have certainly in our soils as a consequence of our agronomical, restorative, regenerative management. We will hold way more water. From an agronomic perspective, it means that we will be able to resist droughts, but from a wider ecosystem perspective, it will first enable the refilling of the aquifers, but in the same time, as we engaged in having a bigger diversity of trees in our food system and here coffee system, we will also contribute to restart what is called the biotic pump. In other words, trees that contribute to the cloud making and creating local rain for water distribution. And the last part is also thinking in terms of the quality of life of the people that are actually growing the coffee that we drink every morning. Well, if you think about a coffee like in Brazil, for example, that produce probably the biggest quantity of coffee ever worldwide, these monocultures are just exposed to full sun. Okay, you will tell me that probably there's a lot of machinery involved, and that's true. But you have other parts of the world where the labor for most of coffee production, because it's the rest of the world which produces it, well, is done manually. So when you think about having like some sort of shade managed in a productive, dynamic agroforestry system for our coffee, when you work it as a producer, well, you will be impacted by way less sun, which makes your life way easier when you actually produce this coffee. The next step is discarding the synthetic inputs within any production, which decrease then the impact on human lives. You can remember how toxic these products are and think about the impact of the people that actually grow your coffee directly, not even talking about the impact on the coffee itself that we will indeed end up drinking. As a matter of fact, we can think that yes, there is an ecosystem consequences from the way we grow our crops and from the health of who is actually consuming it.